Like it or not, most places have terrible lighting. To be honest, I didn't realize how challenging it was to make a photograph without a flash until I started working in the news industry with an archaic camera. I'm going to teach you how to use a subtle flash or hint of fill to enhance your images. With that said, an overpowering flash will ruin a strong photograph. Fortunately, it's very easy to learn how to use a flash in the right way. The first step to using an off-camera flash is to mount it to the camera. My flash has a crank, and when tightened, mounts to the hot shoe. It's very important to make sure the flash is successfully screwed onto the camera, or else it won't sync with the shutter, or possibly even turn on. For subtle or fill flash use, I want to keep my flash bounced off the ceiling. The flash unit should point straight up. The next step is to turn both the camera and the flash on. It's normal for the flash to take a few seconds to warm up. My flash and most flashes will have a test indicator or charge light, which lets you know the flash is ready to be fired. My flash has 4 buttons and a guide wheel. I have the option of changing the mode using an external light, a zoom setting, and a power button. Under the mode setting, I can't change the ISO. I can set the f-stop, which I normally use a smaller aperture since I need to create additional light with my flash. While I can change the zoom, I've never seen a real difference in doing this. I use the zoom setting Olympus has already pre-selected. If I depress the mode button again, I can set the zoom after pressing the zoom button. Again, I've never seen a real difference with altering the zoom, so I don't. The most important part of using my flash is setting the guide number. The guide number indicates how much or how little light the flash will need to illuminate a photograph. I have no precise way of measuring this number, and I simply experiment, bracket, and check my exposures in my camera playback. Generally speaking, the brighter a setting is, the lower my guide number will be, as I would hardly need any extra light. A dark setting requires more light or a higher guide number. The last thing to be aware of is to make sure you know the shutter speed that your flash will sync to. With my camera, the max shutter speed I can sync my flash to is 1/320th of a second. If I use 1/400th of a second, my camera will not sync and I will get an ugly black bar at the top of my image. The best way to avoid this is to just know what shutter speed your camera will sync to.